So, yeah, I mean, there's other ghosts that are all interesting. I mean, the Ghost of Christmas Past in the Muppet movie is kind of creepy. I read that, like, the way they shot that was that the puppet was in a tank of water.
What?
And that's why it looked kind of floaty and
Wow.
creepy.
Okay.
And then the Ghost of Christmas Present in Scrooged is the amazing Carol Kane, who we love.
Yes, yes, yes.
And she's another fairy
Mm-hmm.
who's kind of crazy and wild and smacking Bill Murray around.
Also in The Last Detail.
Here we come back to the non-comfort film Last Detail.
About, a Navy duo.
Navy,
Yeah, I know it's the Navy.
He had to correct himself.
I had to.
Week.
It was bugging me. Like, oh my God, how'd you not know it was the
Like,
Navy?
literally no one has seen this movie and nobody cares.
But Shipwreck from G.I. Joe, I think, was based on Nicholson's character from The Last Detail. So we needed that out there.
Well, the look is right. I see that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then the Ghost of Christmas Present in the Muppet one is kind of this traditional, kind of big old bearded dude with like the Santa suit kind of a look going.
Yeah. And I feel a little cheated. We talked about this. There's a character in the Muppets who's Sweetums
from Muppet Movie.
Yeah.
And we both kind of had the idea, this is one of those things, like a Berenstain Bears thing, whatever, where you think it was one way, but it's really another, where we both kind of thought Sweetums was the Ghost of Christmas Present.
Yeah.
And we were both kind of like, wait, where's Sweetums, dude?
And I would have bet the farm.
Like, every time we watch this movie, we're like, wait, isn't it Sweetums? So I wonder if there's, like, an episode of the Muppets show where Sweetums played, like, this kind of Santa-dressed kind of character, maybe.
It's possible.
But you know what's funny is, like, in this movie, I actually thought it was kind of sad, too, because this Ghost of Christmas Present, like, indicates that basically he only lives for, like, a very fleeting amount of time.
Yeah.
I was a little sad, too. So, again, leave in the song, man. Nobody's crying about that song. I'm crying about the Ghost of Christmas Present. Only has like a lifespan of like 10 minutes.
And he blows away in the dust.
I mean, he's got a good attitude about it, but it was pretty emotional.
He was the calmest person, I think, that exists.
He was.
Or spirit that just
he was
knew
very
was
happy,
done.
But he also kind of is like, he's got dementia or something, too. Because
oh, God.
He couldn't remember what he said from one second to the next. I was like, oh boy, I don't know. I think maybe kids would like him better.
He's in the present all the time.
Yeah, he's in the present. I guess that's a downfall. Is he showing us the downfall of that?
Kind of like a goldfish, I guess. Yeah, that was like that piece was so odd to me.
Yeah, it was really weird.
And then he was really large.
Yeah, and he shrunk down.
Yeah.
But then he aged rapidly.
Yeah.
He goes from having like red hair to having white hair.
Yeah.
It's weird.
That was like a journey.
It was very creative.
It sure was.
But, and then the future in both movies is pretty much the same.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this death kind of shrouded Dementor style kind of figure who scares the poop out of you.
Yeah, just terrifying. Chilling.
I think that's always pretty effective. Because it's the last thing that happens before Scrooge wakes up, and it just really has to like send him over the edge.
Well, in Scrooged, that TV face. Oh
yeah.
Who thought of that?
Very creative again. I like how creative they both movies are within the framework.
Yeah. Well, and it's and I want to jump back to Frank Cross's boss there. Lou Hayward? Okay. So, Frank Cross's boss, Lou Hayward, I mean, that character shows up and he's kind of in his golf gear and he's got his sunglasses on.
But he's half rotted.
Half rotted, and there's like a golf ball that comes out of his head and like a mouse.
Oh boy, that's nasty.
The mouse goes back in.
Oof.
Yeah, right. And then Frank just shoots him up, and then he's like, "Just take it easy on the shivas." I think
he has a drink, and it shoots out of him. So
yeah,
the
it's
bullet
just
holes like a Looney Tunes.
Yeah, and so he drinks it, and then it all pours out of him, and then oh man, he takes off the sunglasses.
Scary.
And and he alerts Frank that these ghosts are coming, and just like in Muppet Christmas Carol. Scrooge is like, maybe I had a piece of beef that was uncooked.
Yeah.
Frank says the same thing here.
Food.
Yeah, it's just like, and then it's like Lou takes Frank and sticks him outside the window of this. I don't know what's he up 70 floors more.
Yeah, it's like a New York high-rise office building.
Ooh. And he is holding on to this rotting arm
that just breaks.
And then he falls. Oh man,
it's scary.
Well, and then Marley and Marley, going back, I'm sorry, it's just like I that one scares me too when they leave.
That doesn't scare me. That makes me laugh to death.
Well, okay, the song makes me laugh, but at the very end, where they're going back and they're going away, that's haunting to me.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can see why.
Well,
and they have the chains and everything, but yeah. So,
but what about the big hand? Is that the ghost of Christmas Future? Where he's sitting at his desk having a drink, and then the huge skeleton hand.
Oh yeah, that's the future. And then that's interrupted by Elliot showing up.
Yes.
Who he's been fired at the beginning and gone through this horrible few days, and his wife has left him, and all these bad things have happened.
Yeah.
And he has come into the TV station to kill Frank. But he prevents the ghost of Christmas Future from coming after him right then. So in a way, it's like, the ghost doesn't even need to do much work, because Frank's already made his own future by firing Elliot. But the ghost does come and show him, what's going to happen when he dies and how nobody's going to care.
And then he sees himself being burned.
And he then becomes trapped in the coffin and is burning.
And that's number one fear for John. Drowning,
and number two,
burning.
You said it's like you're scared of burning and being stuck in a small space like that.
Oh God, yeah, all of it. Like all this stuff.
Yeah, the enclosure thing really bothers me. Like that Ryan Reynolds movie where he was like trapped underground.
No.
I couldn't even watch that. I told you to turn it off. I was like, nope.
It's well, here's some good trivia, okay? So on this funeral scene, okay, the priest is one of the writers.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. I found that, and it was great. And they have that great shot in his glasses of the fire.